Dingo.
Don't say yikes to me!
Yikes, Dingo.
No!
Yikes.
Stop it.
Okay, it's working. Alright, cool. So Dingo Dango,
Yeah.
would you like to start it off with
Uh,
number one, perhaps?
I insist you first.
You insist me first.
Yeah.
Be nice to him. Okay, me first then. Oh man. Is the music okay though? Lexi? Is the music okay? It looks okay. Alright. So the first one we found, darkness in the rearview mirror. In the summer of 2013, I found myself driving home alone on Highway 902 from a party. It was almost midnight, and needless to say, it was pitch black. As was usual at night, I was on edge. I had the radio off and could hear nothing but the muffled roar of tires on pavement and the dull hum of the engine. I stole a glance into the middle rear view mirror and saw nothing but darkness through the window. I know that I looked away. I looked backwards and saw nothing. I'm sure of it. It's the seemingly endless darkness of the midnight. I remember it so clearly because not 10 seconds later, a car passed me to the left. Headlights on. I had one of those sudden adrenaline rushes, like when you think you see a person outside your bedroom window when it's just a tree. Or when you start awake at night with the feeling of falling. 10 seconds earlier, nothing had been behind me. Suddenly, a car. I drove the rest of the way home shivering and knowing something was off. The next morning, I found two sets of scratches near the back of my van. One was on the left rear, one was on the right. The car was pretty old. They could have been there for months, but that was the first time that I had distinctly remembered seeing them. In hindsight, there are two possibilities for what happened that night. Possibility number one. By some glitch in reality or something paranormal, this other car had somehow appeared behind me within 10 seconds of me checking my mirror. Like some weird ghost crap or something. However, the second option is what makes my blood run cold whenever I consider it. It didn't even occur to me until months after the fact, but it makes me dread driving alone at night even more. Possibility 2. The car was normal. It had approached me from the rear and passed me to my left. However, something large and wide and as black as the night had been clinging to the rear of my car, obscuring my view through the window and leaving deep scratches on the side. And I had inadvertently driven it home with me. There you go. Number one.
It's a solicitor. Don't listen to what they say.
Don't listen to the solicitor. He's louder. I'll turn him down a little bit. There we go.
I am volume.
You am volume.
I am.
Alright, here we go. I will give you number 2, Dingo, and I need to grab a juice box as well. But go for it. Go for it.
It all started. It all started on the 14th night of March. That night of my parents' 20th wedding anniversary. What the fuck is it? Haha, turtle dove. It was a wonderful, sunny day, if memory serves. Surprisingly warm for before the beginning of spring. The beautiful weather was perfect atmosphere for the day. Being married for 20 years is obviously a momentous occasion. So, my parents had booked a table at our favorite Italian restaurant. Of course, this was a formal occasion, so I had my best suit on it. It was 5:33, and I was just straightening my tie when my phone went off. I'd received a message. That's strange, I thought. That never happens. I'm so lonely. I checked the message. It was from my mum. It was quite a jumble of numbers and letters. But through the vocabulary stew, I could make out a legible phrase. Please help me. It should go without saying that this worried me greatly, so I immediately replied, "Are you okay?" Just as instantly, I got another text, which read, "Oops, pocket text." I sighed with all the relief I had and continued to prepare myself. A few minutes later, I received yet another message, this time from my dad. I checked the text, and once again, it was a massive mixture of letters and numbers with the phrase, "Please help me," concealed within. Oh, creepy though this was, my dad always was a joker, so I presumed he was just joking around. Until I was sent another text saying, "Oops, pocket text." Now this sparked panic. Pure, unmistakable panic. Exactly half a minute passed when I received the exact same message from my sister. This could not be coincidental. It just couldn't. In a state of sheer anxiety, I started to run to the restaurant. I made it about a quarter of the way before I was stopped by a police officer. "Main road's closed," he said. "Huge car crash." This was the exact moment I realized just what had happened. I demanded to see the wreckage. A request I'm sure I was surprised I was allowed. When I got there, it wasn't the remnants of the car that caught my eye. Not the flames billowing from the destroyed vehicle. No. I was horrified to see the lifeless corpse of my mother, my father, and my sister. I asked for the estimated time of their death. All three of them were killed instantly by the collision. 5:32.
That's creepy.
And the message was started sending at 5:33. Whoa. It's a spooky.
You read that really well, though. I will
I'm
comment.
trying my best. Look at me, guys. Look at me. Look, just. Yeah.
Look at that beautiful box. If we're lucky, we get to do an unboxing later.
Oh.
Many spooks from a 6 mixy box. Yes.
They're so scary.
Oh man. Number 3 for me, I guess then. Let's have a look, see, shall we? Hello, Mia. Actually, since Mia here, should we do? Should we add a little sound effects to this?
Why, hello, Mia.
I'm scared.
Oh, yes. Just for you. Number 3. Roommate troubles. This actually happened to me a few years back at the University of Arts in Philadelphia. My sophomore year, I roomed with a girl named Cara. She was a jazz vocalist, but her main interest was opera. We had a small room on the 6th floor of a dormitory called Juniper Hall. The walls here were thin, and her last night's singing and voice practices would keep me up late. After a month or so of lost sleep, I convinced her to move her last night practice to the music studios in the Mariam Theatre building a block away. Around 8 one evening, Kara announced that she would be practicing late for an upcoming recital and probably wouldn't be home until around midnight. Great, I thought. That means I can go to bed early. I was beat. I had a horrible day in acting studio and was ready to pass out as soon as I had dinner. She said goodnight and left, coffee and sheet music in hand. I made some grilled cheese and soup, gobbled it down, and immediately began to prepare for bed. By the time I got out of the shower, my eyelids were so heavy I could hardly brush my teeth. I pulled on my PJs and crawled into the top bunk of our bunk bed. I was out as soon as my head hit the pillow. I should take a second to describe the layout of our apartment. When entering the apartment, the bedroom was through a door immediately to the left. Our bathroom was inside the bedroom, just past the bunk beds. Anyway, I woke up to the sound of the apartment door closing. I opened my eyes and groggily checked my phone. Midnight on the dot. I rolled back over and closed my eyes. I heard Kara enter the room and stop in front of the bunk bed, checking to see if I was actually asleep, I thought. She flopped down on the bed below me, which was strange, as she was a stickler for brushing her teeth and washing up before bed. Then again, exams were just around the corner and we were all exhausted. The mattress below me creaked, and then was silent. I couldn't even hear her breathing. I started to drift off again. I was just on the edge of a deep sleep when I was startled awake again by a noise. A key in the lock, the door opening, and Kara entered our apartment humming an opera tune. The mattress below me creaked. Spooky. Spooky. Who do you think could be in the mattress below her? Dingo?
It's me! I remember that. I did that.
Yes. Was this around the time when that whole stickle thing with Mary came around?
No, that was like a year later.
Let's see. Did they say your name in the mirror as well?
They didn't say my name. I said theirs.
I will send off story number